By the way, I'm wearing these glasses on my head because I was just wearing them because my hair's looking a bit flat today. Hi everyone, it's Ruby and welcome back to my channel. So today in this video, I'm going to be answering questions about GCSEs and school. I love doing Q&As, they're one of my favourite videos to film, and I thought I'd do a GCSE related one because personally for me, I've just picked my GCSEs. I'm in year 9 and luckily for me, my school is quite helpful because it can be really hard to pick GCSE options. I don't think people talk about it enough, but for me, I really struggled. It took me weeks. I had to think about it for weeks until I could actually settle on something. Luckily for me, my school, they did loads of lessons on it and loads of help, and there was loads of support, so they had loads of open evenings and that sort of thing. But I know for other schools people might not have that, so I thought it would be good to make a video on it where I could tell you guys my GCSE options, why I picked them, give you some tips, help you out, and just for anyone who has any questions about school or GCSEs, I thought I'd give you the option of doing that for a video. So without further ado, let's get started. Before I say this, I just want to say that this is just what it's like for my school in particular. All schools will probably be different in some way when it comes to GCSE options, but this is just what it's like for me, and probably other schools will have similarities to it as well. One thing I will say about GCSEs is when you're picking your options, don't just go off it based on what your friend's picking, because then when you actually get into the lessons, the thing about my school, what they said, the first thing they said is don't pick things based off your friends, not only because you want to be with the class, but it's most likely that you could probably get separated because the classes are completely random most times and they're not in tutor groups anymore, so you just get separated. You probably will get separated with your friends. So pick the options you want to pick so then you can enjoy the lessons instead of always just picking what you want to pick to be with your friends. So with GCSE options, you have the compulsory subjects, which are the subjects you don't get to choose about and you have to take. Those are English, English literature, mathematics, which is maths, and science. But with science, it is a little bit different. Science, you can either take combined science or separate science. Basically, separate science is where you take all of the different types of sciences like biology, chemistry. When it comes to GCSE tests, you take them in separate tests. So I picked combined science, and for me that means I had 4 choices of GCSE options. If you take separate science, it counts as 3 GCSEs, so you only get 3 choices. The GCSE options I have picked are art, probably the most obvious one, history because you can pick between geography, history, and history, way better at. Media, I really did media. I really want to do it. It sounds interesting. Media is where you watch a film or get a magazine, you have to analyze it. It just sounds cool. And you also do editing, which is really good for YouTube as well. And drama. I love drama. I was between music and drama and I ended up picking drama. And combined science, not separate science. So earlier on, I put up a story where I asked you all to ask me some GCSE and school related questions. I actually got loads of replies. So I'm going to go through as many as I can in this video, and I'm just going to pick out the best ones. This is a really good question. What subjects are you most excited to drop? So obviously the things you drop, things I'm going to drop next year are, I'll still do PE, but it'll be games instead of PE, so it's not full on PE. And I think you only get it once a fortnight. I'm not actually sure if that's right. I actually was going to do sport. Then I decided not to. So I'm dropping PE, French, German, computer science, DT. Probably the one I'm most excited to drop is, this is hard, French. I'm not good at French. My teacher hasn't been in for ages. He's not even been in school. I've had supplies literally every lesson. I prefer German to French, so if I had to pick one which I'm excited to drop, it's probably French. In my school, you take German and French, not Spanish. It just means that I get to do subjects which I actually pick, so school will be better. Alrighty. What time do you wake up / go to bed on a school day? School day, I'll wake up really just sneezed. That was very loud. School days, I tend to wake up around 7 and I go to bed. I try and go to bed around 10:30, but it ends up being 11. But I think that's actually a pretty good time because most people I know, they go to bed really, really late. So I need sleep. Like if I don't sleep, I won't function. I'll just be in a bad mood the whole next day. Which is harder for me, writing essays or doing maths? Personally, I am much better at English than maths. So I would have to say writing essays is way easier for me. Maths, I just find really difficult to understand. English, it just flows better for me. So I definitely would find doing maths harder than writing an essay in English. What is your future plans for after school? After school, I actually don't know what I want to do as a career yet. The reason I took drama is because I've always loved the idea of being an actress. I think I've talked about this in a video, and then after that I said I actually don't want to do that. Now I've gone back to it. I really want to be an actress when I'm older, and I want to do some form of like acting, presenting, something like that. I definitely want to keep up my YouTube as well. I'm not 100% sure yet, and my idea might change of what I want to do when I'm older. You never know. That's a very weird question. We are gonna act like I never saw that. Do you have German at school? I know schools around my area do completely different languages. We have to take 2 languages, which I need to talk about this. When I went back to school, before I went back to school and I was doing online school, I was learning Spanish. So I went back and I was getting confused with 3 different languages, plus English as well, so like 4 different languages. We take German and French. I much prefer German. I was actually debating doing German for options. I was debating literally everything for options. What subject do you think you're the best at? I think the subjects I'm the best at are the ones I enjoy the most, because I just have a better mindset in class when I enjoy the subject. Definitely art, which I haven't had in ages because we barely ever have art. I'm so excited for next year when I get to have art like loads. I really want to have double art, like 2 hours there. That would be great. I think I'm best at art or English or PE. I'm actually really good at PE. Also my teacher says. How often do you revise? I don't really revise that much at the moment. I probably need to revise more. I only ever really revise when I have like a test coming up. Like when I had a big science test, I revised literally loads because it's stressful if not. Like next year I'll definitely revise more because it's getting more GCSE times, but not at the moment. I'm gonna take my glasses off. My head now. Are you scared for your GCSEs? Oh, for the actual tests, I am absolutely terrified. I think everyone feels the same. At the end of the day, I have certain subjects I just want to do good at. The rest of them I just want to pass. I'm scared. I think everyone's scared, so everyone's kind of in the same boat, aren't they? Do you find school more or less stressful being back in person? There's different parts which are more stressful and less stressful. Like when I was doing online school, something I just didn't like about it is I got like 6 pieces of homework a week, which was like, it made sense because I had like a lot more time on my hands because I was at home. It was like a lot. Now I barely get any homework. Like I'll get like 1 piece of homework every 2 weeks, but it's because like I have some like 6 hours of school every day. And I think it will be different in year 10. I'll probably get more homework, won't I? Definitely aspects of going back to school are more stressful, like waking up early, having like loads of classes a day, but I definitely prefer it to online school. But that's just my personal opinion. Everyone works differently in better ways. Hardest lesson, science. You know what? I find maths really hard, but science, I have no idea what we're learning at the moment. It's just so difficult. We're doing like maths in science and it's the worst thing in the world. Like you're mixing my 2 least favourite subjects. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I know you love me. Do you like your teachers? I actually don't have bad teachers. I actually like some of my teachers. My RE teacher, oh, I love her. She's the best. Oh yeah, and my PE teacher, she's so nice. Yeah, I like my teachers. What's your least favourite thing about school? Waking up early, 100%. School itself isn't that bad at the moment, but just waking up in the morning I find so difficult. Oh, it's just like the worst feeling when you wake up and you realise like you don't have another hour to sleep. This is a little bit off topic, but I'm just going to quickly answer this question. Any book recommendations? I have a few. This one, The Cruel Prince, very good one. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I just started reading this one and it's a murder mystery. I'm obsessed. I don't even know how to say it, but very good book. Finally, this one, which I think is definitely a top book. Lesson books, read them, DM me. I actually got a few people DMing me, having a little chat about books. How has it been adjusting from online school to public? You know what, it hasn't been that bad for me. I'm actually really grateful that I had been there before, because what happened with me, I have talked about this on a video, but you might have forgotten, so I'll just tell you again. So what happened with me, I was in the school that I'm in now in year 7, and then I left beginning of year 8 and I did online school, and then I've gone back beginning of year 9. It was a lot easier for me to adjust to going back to school because I already knew quite a lot of people there. Like for me, it wasn't like meeting people for the first time, it was more like me catching up with people. So it was a lot easier. Obviously it was still a bit scary because I was like the new person for a while, but it's not really like that anymore, and I have a really good friend group, so I'm very happy about that. How did you make good trustable friends? Most of my friends I've known for ages, like Amelia and Emma, I've known since primary. A lot of my friends I've known since primary. With me and YouTube, some people will like try, never happened to me, but I know that some people probably would try and be friends just for YouTube. Most of the people who I'm friends with now didn't know about my YouTube until someone brought it up in a conversation. Trustable friends. For me, it was a bit different because I made friends from my friends. My friends, when I went back to school, they introduced me to their friends and automatically I liked them because friend groups work, you know? Are you planning to take combined or triple science? For me, I think triple science for me is separate science. I'm taking combined science just because I want to take my GCSEs as one. Basically, I think when you take separate science, you learn everything as separate things, like chemistry, what's the other one called? Biology, and all of that you learn it as separate things, but as combined science you learn it all together, which I prefer, so I'm going to take combined science. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more questions. This is the second to last one. This is a really good question. What has been your favourite school year so far? This school year, definitely. Year 7, well, all of primary school I found, it was just like primary school, wasn't it? I'm not really counting that in this. If I'm just counting like secondary school. Year 7, it was just like I was new to the school, it wasn't that great. I was kind of underconfident in year 7. Year 8, I was homeschooled. It wasn't very interesting. Definitely year 9 that I'm in now. Last question. Name one bad thing and one good thing about in-person school and online school. One good thing about online school is it's easier to focus in class, definitely, and if you're good at working alone, that's definitely a good thing as well. You also get more time on your hands. This is way more than one thing. I'm just gonna name a few stuff. So they're the good things about it. Bad things is probably you don't really get to socialize as much, and you're always like in the house unless you go out more, but like most of the time you're in the house. That was what it's like for me. I didn't like not socializing. One good thing about school in person is you definitely make a lot of friends, you become more confident. One bad thing is you have to wake up early. That's just my least favourite thing. So that is all the questions. I just want to thank everyone who asked me a question. They were really, really good questions today. I really enjoyed filming this video and I hope I helped anyone who had any questions about GCSEs or school. If you do have any other questions about GCSEs or school that I didn't get to answer in this video, then put them in the comments and I will be sure to go through them and answer as many as I can. But that's the end of my video. I hope you all enjoyed and I'll see you all next week. Bye!
Enchanté.